Alright, buckle up, folks, because Gachiakuta episode 17 just dropped a mind-bending emotional bomb that changes everything you think you know about our characters. This isn't just another installment filled with cool fights and snarky banter. This episode dives deep into the pain, pride, and desperate ambition that fuel this world's most complex faces. If you're here for drama, twisted rivalry, and a look into what really drives people to the edge, you're in for a treat. Let's break down every moment and twist of episode 17, recap the story, and get to the bottom of that wild ending. We kick off with a shock, literally. The episode opens on the tail end of a brutal encounter, and someone's voice teases that these shocks are more than just physical pain. They're psychological triggers that force people to reveal their deepest nature. It's a flavor-packed suggestion: get brutal, get honest, or get crushed under the pressure. Right away, you can sense we're not in for a tame ride. The character being tested is Zanka, a name that's about to take on new meaning as the plot unravels. He's battered, but he's not ready to die yet. He's clinging to his promise to prove himself, to finish what he started. Then, we're yanked into memories of Zanka's upbringing. His family legacy gets some spotlight. The Nijiku clan's bloodline is known for being steadfast, virtuous, practically royalty among the Hell Guard, a society tasked with keeping order in the harsh, hazardous ground. Pride runs thick here, as both his older siblings followed family tradition and joined the Hell Guard, wielding authority and power. Zanka is reminded time and again how important it is to persevere and protect against not just external threats like garbage rain, trash beasts, and disease, but the greatest threat of all, other humans. That little note about the Hell Guard keeping humanity in check sets up a lot of the underlying tension in this world. Right after the lecture, a little reality check comes in from the sidelines. Fellow trainees gossip about Zanka's status. His dad's a big shot, the clan's a household name, and Zanka seems head and shoulders above the rest, elite blood, top marks. And he's basically expected to take the golden throne as the year's best student. But the students can feel the pressure, and you get the real sense that jealousy, insecurity, and competition are simmering just below the surface. Here's where the twist hits D. The school announces a special student joining this class. She's from the slums, not the polished elite background most have. Her name, Hayo, talented, gritty, and wildly different from the rest. The murmurs start. Some hope, some doubt, some raw class tension. She's not just different, she's good. In fact, she wipes the floor with every student in her first sparring session. Even Zanka. The teacher is a Westruck, and suddenly everyone's vision of who's meant to climb to the top gets shaken up. Some try to diminish her, calling her style sloppy, or just luck, while others grumble or try to steal her moves. The academy just got a whole lot more interesting. And for Zanka, it's a gut punch. As the students stew over Hayo's surprise victory and her candidacy for the Golden Throne, we get a seriously raw moment between Zanka and Hayo. He tries to mask his bleeding nose and pride, but she's unfazed, questioning the whole competitive culture. Why does sitting in the golden throne matter? Is it just for bragging rights, the approval of others, or is there substance behind the title? Her questions force Zanka to consider his own motivations. Is he driven by a genuine desire to be strong or just to be seen as strong? There's a clever bit where the show exposes how people react to real talent. Some try to mimic, some disparage, some resent, and some, like Zanka, start having existential crises. He acknowledges that he's been trying desperately to be what he's not, trying to be natural, life's golden child, rather than just improving as himself. This theme gets lit up during the Academy's weapons selection class. When asked to pick the weapon that suits them best, Zanka tries to go against the grain, grabbing what looks like an old, beat-up stick, hoping there's a hidden specialness to it. It's almost comical. Turns out it's just a random stick, not a secret weapon, mixed up by accident with the others. Meanwhile, Hayo picks a plain sword with no frills, no drama. Zanka's confidence crumbles. He's exposed as a poser, less natural than ever, and he spirals into self-loathing, convinced that mediocrity is all he'll ever be. But before he can wallow, Hayo gives him a verbal lifeline. She challenges the whole born talent myth, pointing out that clinging to that stick shows he's still unwilling to give up. She reminds him that strength comes from embracing your weaknesses and that there's no rule saying an average person can't surpass the gifted. It's a message that shakes Zanka out of his funk, giving him a new resolve. Not to die until he's proved what a mediocrity can do. Just as he steals his resolve, we're snapped right back to the present chaos detail. Zanka's in a venom-induced hallucination, thrown into a surreal state by a villain's toxic attack. His wounds, physical and emotional, are stacked high. He's not only hurting, but unsure what's real anymore as the toxins mess with his head. The villain, loving every second, taunts Zanka, reveling in the damage and showing off his stash of dangerous toxins. He jokes about how fun it is, how the hallucinations are as real as life, and prepares to deliver Zanka as a sacrifice to a trash beast, confident his mission is complete. Through all this, there's a beautifully tragic moment where Zanka, even half delirious, clings to his new-found purpose. His hallucinations echo his vow to prove that mediocrity can eclipse the gifted. His struggle isn't just against his attacker, but against his own sense of worth and failure. It's an emotional slugfest, and you can't help but root for him even as the odds look impossibly bleak. So, did Zanka manage to push past the hallucinations and fight back? Is this the end for him, or just the painful break before a dramatic comeback? The episode doesn't quite resolve these questions, instead choosing to leave us hanging as the trash beast looms and the villain departs satisfied. It's a classic cliffhanger, setting the stage for a showdown that's going to be about more than just physical strength. It's about proving yourself, rewriting fate, and standing tall even when your own mind tries to break you down. All in all, Gachiakuta Episode 17 is a gut-wrenching, high-stakes ride through ambition, envy, self, discovery, and brutal confrontation. We get a deep look at Zanka's insecurities, the cutthroat world of the Hell Guard Academy, and the raw impact of meeting someone truly gifted. But most of all, it's a story about refusing to be defined by what you're born with, and fighting, clawing, and believing that effort and grit can change the game. If you're as hooked as I am after that ending, don't forget to hit up the comments with your theories about what's next for Zanka, Hayo, and the rest. Smash that like button if you loved this recap, share it with your fellow Gachiakuta fans, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss a breakdown or episode update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.